All right, welcome back to Cooking with a Veteran. As always, I'm your host, Dave Rogers. And as always, before we get into today's episode, to all my brothers and sisters out there deployed overseas, wherever you are, whatever's going on, know we love you, we miss you, we're thinking about you, and we hope you come home safe soon. So if you see me looking back and forth, it's because I'm trying to go live and record at the same time. So I'm going to start. I got some nice chicken breasts here, okay? So this is the biggest mistake that people make when they're doing chicken parm, or any kind of parmesan really, is they leave the meat too fat. You don't want to do that, right? This is too thick. This would burn everything on the outside and not cook on the inside. So I'm going to take my chicken. I'm using my knife from my friends over there, the Black Horse Forge, and I'm going to slice it down the middle, and that's going to give me a bigger. And I can actually, this is really thick. I can actually cut this side a little more. Ooh, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. All right, so once I got my pieces sliced out, I'm going to take some saran wrap because you don't want to make a mess. And then I'm going to pound the hell out of it. And I love this thing. I got this on Amazon actually. But I like it because it has the retractable knives if you need to do that kind of tenderizing. And I'm just going to pound them out. Okay. I want a nice thick patty. All right, let's see what we got here. And look at that. It's not too thick. It's not too thin. It's perfect, right? So my first tray here, which you can't see unfortunately, put in some flour to give it a little bit of crispiness. I'm going to put in a little bit of cornstarch. I got my breadcrumbs, and I picked up the Italian style. I like this because it has some seasoning in it. I am going to add a little more seasoning to it, some pepper, and I add the same seasoning that I'm adding to my breadcrumbs, the same seasoning I add to my flour. All right, I want to keep it consistent throughout. All right, so like I said, I'm setting up my station here. My pan is nice and warm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add in the oil now. You never, especially with cast iron, okay? You shouldn't do this with any pan, really. But you never want to put oil in a cold pan, because then you don't know where you are in the cooking process, all right? Always wait till your pan is warm, and then you put in your oil. And I'll know that's done when I start to see a consistent shimmer across the top. Okay, using some of my farm fresh eggs. And again, I'm going to save those. Oops, I don't know why I took out the milk. I'm using heavy cream today. And then I'm just going to beat up the eggs. Want a nice consistency to them. I'm going to take them. I'm going to put them into the flour. Okay, both sides. Get them nice and patted up. Lay it into the eggs. Shake that off. Into the breadcrumbs. And I want to make sure I get the breadcrumbs nice on both sides. So I'm just going to take it. And remember, whenever you're frying something, always away from you. Okay? Listen to that sizzle. Love the sound of sizzle. Look how beautiful that looks. Look how beautiful that is. Right? When it's done, hear that? Okay? That's what you want to hear on the outside, that it's nice and crispy. And I don't want to totally cover them in sauce. This is just to add a little bit of sauce to put the cheese on so I can melt it in. Right? A little Parmesan cheese. So I got it ready. My oven is nice and hot. I'm going to start with 10 minutes. And look at that. That's gorgeous. And now comes my favorite part of any of these cooking shows. Let's give it a try. That tastes absolutely amazing. I hope you enjoyed joining me on this episode of Cooking with a Veteran. Please make sure that you like, share, and follow. And until next time, hoorah!